Marianne Williamson is the preeminent voice of the future. She is a visionary, a leader. She dares America to live up to its creed. And she's exciting and dynamic. And so for those reasons, I find her a very compelling candidate for United States president. I like someone like that. And so I've been a super fan of Marianne Williamson since I first was introduced to her book, A Return to Love. And she's had my attention. We're both members of the Unity Church, not the same Unity Church, but we come from that type of spiritual teaching. And so knowing what that's about, and to have someone who wants to be a presidential candidate, who comes from this really global perspective, a humanity perspective, is really new. And it's a different type of thoughtfulness that we haven't heard in the discourse in political elections.
I think you're pointing out to something that was the key that made us interested in coming over here and support her and do whatever we can, because she's got that new perspective.
Yes.
I've never seen anything like that before in politics on that level.
And just super intelligent. Can we just say that? It's like, do you have a chip in your neck or something, lady? Like, just the facts and the history, and clearly she's a history buff, that she can just click off, it's so impressive. And it's just a delight. I think it's important. And I know sometimes people, they're not used to someone like Marianne. We're used to the talking heads to tell us we're going to lower your taxes and we're going to put a chicken in every pot. And Marianne Williamson really opens up that conversation a lot broader and asks us to ask ourselves who we are as Americans and what do we believe in and how do we show that and demonstrate that in meaningful ways that are sustainable. How do we not just put a chicken in a pot for today, but that we eat and that everyone has an opportunity to eat a good, healthy meal for the rest of their lives, not just for a day. And so she challenges us as Americans to do that. She challenges the world to do that.
Yeah, she does. She really does. And I think yet there is a field to be permeated for someone to start to hear her. Someone like yourself who've known her from the books, or myself, and even young people, I think, who have a tendency to be open to new kind of discourse in a way that others like ourselves in the 30s, 40s, 50s, perhaps, we had our set ideas of what politics and what politicians are, and it can feel quite separated from our private lives, and like seeing how that impacts us just from the water in our taps to how our kids might be growing up and what they have in terms of opportunities in college. So anyone who's got that barrier to permeate, what are some of the ways that you would address a person if you would introduce her to someone who might just not brush it off as ordinary politics that's not related to their lives personally?
When Marianne walks into the room, there's nothing ordinary about her. I have followed her when I lived in California. I went to her talks in California. You permeate that, and she permeates that by doing exactly what she's doing now, believing in herself, to pursue what you know is right, even when everyone else says it's impossible. I don't believe it. That's not what we've ever done before. We don't do it like that. It doesn't matter. At all costs, by any means necessary, you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And that's what Marianne Williamson preaches, teaches, and lives and manifests in her life. And so, yeah, it's hard to permeate that because we're this brick wall of, we're doing it like this, we do it like this. No. She says, imagine a place. And then believe that you are the place. You are it. It's not somewhere out there. It's there. And so until we start doing it, until we start believing it and really exercising it and walking in that, we're going to get the stuff we get. So it gets frustrating. It gets frustrating for good people like Marianne, good people like me, who are trying to be a voice and a light in a space that's been in the shadow sometimes. We have very beautiful light moments. Yeah, we do great things, but man, can we be so much better, you know?
That's so beautiful. I mean, the capacity to inspire someone and to inspire people and groups of people to make it not just about the leader, but the leader making it about people. That's power.
Yes.
It's really, yeah. And I think you were pointing that out very well. So I'm super happy asking questions. I mean, I can listen to you for a long time, but we don't want to hold you too much.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, but don't hold me.
Don't hold me.
Ready.
And my arm is like,
you're right.
It's going great. It's looking amazing. So that's what I care about.
Even though you're moving it like this, like,
I might be.
Flashlight.
I can confirm it's totally super beautiful.
But I would love to leave the space for you for anything that I haven't asked, and just to open it up to you if you've got something you want to share about her running for president, or what you find it important in politics.
Well, I'll say this, and it probably won't make the cut, and that's fine.
That's fine.
But as long as Marianne sees this. In her, I see a lot of similar struggles and journey in running for office. I'm running for United States Senate in Michigan, and the establishment has come forward with the establishment candidate, as we say, and she's experiencing the same thing on the presidential campaign trail, and trying to get that space. So with the media, that they find that you are really a competitive candidate, that you can go up against the machine. And so much of our political conversation is dictated on what the media decides to focus on. And so strong voices, intelligent voices who have a refreshing idea to offer, solid plans to implement, are sometimes marginalized and hushed. And what I wish there was more space for in this media world, in this political campaign world, is an opportunity for really good homegrown people who don't maybe have all the bells and whistles, and their father wasn't the president of such a marketing work, but their heart is in the right place. They really care about the people, and they care about the economy and corporations and how we all fit in that ecosystem, that we all can eat, that we all can thrive. It's not just the few. We don't want the wealthy and then a welfare state. That doesn't do us good. That doesn't make us thrive as a nation. It doesn't make us thrive as a world. One planet. This is it. This is all of our responsibility. And so if they could just give voices like that sounds like, oh, that's that hokey pokey stuff. And it's like, it is so real. All the other stuff is really what she's talking about, what we're talking about, that's real. And sometimes that is terrifying when you have to really search yourself and search who we are and how we represent and present in the world. That can be scary, right? So I think she puts it out there. I'm just so glad. I think she should be here as many times as you can hear Marianne speak. Debate should be had. This should be an open democracy where we hear from the candidates, all of them who want to run, And so I wish her the best. Marianne, I love you. This is my second time introducing you at Detroit Unity Temple. We welcome you, we love you, and we appreciate the Christ in you. And girl, you go and do your thing, okay? You don't let anybody stop you, slow you down, marginalize you, push you to the side, hush you, woman you, all of that. You step all into this and all of who you are and who you have demonstrated to be. I love you. I can't wait to be with you this evening. Take care.